Resolved, we think animals should not be used for entertainment for a couple of reasons. First, the animals that stay in zoos or in circuses live in bad conditions with cages, and they are very small. Second, the animals are being taken away from their families. Lastly, the animals in zoos have been depressed and may do self-harm. The use of animals for entertainment and gaming does constitute as animal cruelty. Animal entertainment is a major cause of animal depression and self-harm. Studies show that when zoos or faculties that use animals are done, they abandon them and leave them to fend for themselves, not knowing what to do. According to a study conducted by Experiments, 90% of public aquariums reviewed had animals who showed stereotypical neurotic behaviors. Neurotic behavior is rarely seen in the wild, but seen in zoos and other faculties used for animal entertainment. The most logical conclusion we can draw from this evidence is that animals are becoming so depressed they do self-harm. From being lonely and in pain, animal rights experiment Doris Lynn states most places that use animals for entertainment want baby animals because they bring in more money. This is significant because everyone wants baby animals, which leads to overpopulation. So they sold to canned hunting faculties for even slaughter. Animals being companions and need to be set free. But when they are stuck in cages and being abandoned, they can't. Due to this, animals don't know what to do besides to be depressed and sad. The best option for wild animals is to be left in their natural habitat. Besides, would humans want to be forced away from everything just to entertain people?
My opponent stated that animals that are involved in any sort of animal entertainment are usually, if not always, abused. And that the animal cruelty laws are violated, but I disagree, because specifically, the animals that are in movies should be approved by the American Humane Association. They make sure that the animals are very well cared for and ensure their welfare. My evidence is that animals are in TV and movies don't suffer. After movies or TV shows have a notice about how the film that had the animal included in it. Was not hurt or abused. It needs to be screened by the Animal Humane Association to ensure none of the animals were harmed. They make sure animals are very well cared for and ensure their welfare. The general use of animal entertainment is controlled. The ensured definition of animal cruelty has to be with deliberately being violent towards an animal or neglecting it. Whenever the animal is on set, all it would get would be 100% of attention. Co-stars of any movie or TV show would and always love on the animal on set. The animal gets 100% positive energy and praise. When people train the animals, they don't abuse them when they're bad. They give them praise when they're good. They choose to teach them good behavior. When an animal doesn't walk towards the right side of the camera or doesn't walk up the stairs, they try again. They don't hurt them. Therefore, we think that animal entertainment is not abuse.
Without animals, we would have never been able to survive. To this day, we still rely on animals. We hunt them for food, we study them for various reasons, and we prevent them from becoming extinct by studying them and breeding them in zoos. Hunting should always be legal and done for feeding people and preventing overpopulation. Many people around the world need to hunt in order to supply their family with food. There are still people to this day that survive on only hunting and gathering. One such group is the Hadza people in Africa. Hunting should always be legal because without deer hunting, there would be more car crashes. Keeping the wildlife population down and controlled helps farmers save their crops. 25 years ago, there were 2 million African elephants in the wild. Today there is fewer than 600,000. A large number of animals are going extinct around the world, and zoos are helping the animals come from becoming extinct. Most zoos have at least one program that works towards reintroduction of animals into the wild. If we need to save the wild species, we need to know how they act. Studying the animals in zoos gives us less problems, and people can learn about the animals in zoos and help the animals in the wild. There's no much to learn from the zoo animals. Overpopulation of deer or any other animal leads to hunting. Zoos lead to breeding and repopulating. Once we lose an animal, it's gone forever. Zoos also lead to studying and helping the wild or endangered animals. Animals are doing what they were born to do.
One may say that hunting for game helps keep the animal population down, but we disagree. It can make animal population rise. For example, if they start killing bobcats for game, it can make the rabbit or squirrel population go up because there aren't enough bobcats to eat the rabbits and squirrels. So it doesn't help at all. It just makes the population go up. Therefore, animals should not be hunted for game. They also said that keeping animals in zoos can help save endangered species, but we disagree. There have been stories of animals being in zoos, and they have been killed because there has been trash in their pen and they have choked on it. There's also another story where it talked about how there's a lion cub in his pen, and there's a door and it fell on him. And if you didn't know, lion cubs are on the endangered species list. There's another story, and there's a bear, and it wasn't a bear that was on the endangered species list. They thought it was a black bear and that it was supposed to hibernate. So they put it in a cage with very little food to hibernate. They later found out that it starved to death because it wasn't supposed to hibernate. Therefore, animals should not be